Hey, this will be a video chart on the oil sector, and what I'll be using for this is the USO. This is just simply one of the many tools out there, vehicles, whatever you want to call them, you can use to track oil. And in the case of this, if you want to, trade oil, this is one of the vehicles that you can use to do that. And I just always have followed this one for tracking the oil sector. So what we're not going to do is we're not going to pay attention to these prices over here because obviously, as much as we wish these were the prices of per barrel of oil. They're not. So disregard the price of oil. What we care about are the price movements and just the chart in general. And today I love today, to be honest. I can't stand seeing how high gasoline prices are. So I welcome this sort of action. Unfortunately, I wish that it didn't correlate exactly with the overall markets. I wish it was a case where when oil was falling, that meant the markets were rising. But right now, when oil and gold fall, it seems like the correlation is, that the overall markets also fall with them. So, but it is what it is. But I'm not going to complain about this. But it's a pretty amazing chart, and it could make a nice little trade here too. So I'm kind of doing this for both purposes. Mainly just, amazing. Not only did it have a big gap down, but we just had this massive sell-off. So this was really just the longs got hammered. People that were accumulating on this pullback, they're in a whirl of pain right now. But I don't think it would all happen in one day. But we're sitting around a very important level of support now, and that is right here around this level here. Now this is just a gauge, but change this to green for support. And I'm going to make this line pretty thick because it is an important level. So where is this level coming from? I want to make sure nobody can accuse me of just pulling this out of my hat. But if we go back here through the history, you can see acted as resistance here, acted as resistance there, acted as resistance there once again. And then when the price finally got above it, you can see this pullback here. So good example of a resistance turning into a support, and then sure enough today you can see the price did get a little miniature bounce right off this area. And what just amazes me is, literally 3 days ago, look how far we were above this key level of support. So for the risk versus reward players out there, this could be a nice little entry down here. You keep that tight stop loss because I wouldn't be surprised to see, even if it's just a dead cat bounce, to see it bounce up a little bit here. But it truly is sitting around a very historic level in terms of, if we go back and look through the price history, as I've already pointed out, his historic level right here. So if a bounce happens, then obviously that's going to be a nice risk versus reward play. Now, if this doesn't hold, then I personally think that oil is going to continue to drop until at least down right around here, because this is where the 200-day simple moving average is. You can see what happened the past couple of times the price got right around it, bounce here, and then this mega bounce. But then if this doesn't fall, or if this can't hold, then I will be all grins, because that means that it's looking like oil is going to have even more of a tumble. But one step at a time. Let's first see what kind of action we get right around this key level of support here, and that'll be a great indicator of what we can expect. This thing just can't go straight down. There's going to be some sort of rubber band bounce, and like I said, it might just be a dead cat bounce, but a bounce nonetheless. So I think if it doesn't bounce here, then for sure, I'm sure we'd see at least a miniature bounce like we had right here off the 200-day. But everything in a nutshell, I'd definitely be watching some form of oil, whether it be a stock or like the USO. Just keep it on your radar, because sure, it looks dangerous, but right now, it does have a nice risk versus reward setup for everybody. So if there are any other questions on the chart, please let me know. If not, I'd encourage you to check out bullwarriorstocks.com. If you go there and sign up for the free newsletter, you'll be sent a free ebook, and with your newsletter subscription, you'll get chart setups, trade ideas, educational pieces, all sorts of things, from big boards down to penny stocks. So there's a good variety, something for everybody. It is all free. We've been making some good money together on our alerts. So I'd encourage you to go to the website, sign up, and see what it's all about. One more time, this was the oil sector measured by the USO.